It's Sunday night, and this is the Conjugal Visit on KGFRocks.com.
Yeah, it's so nice. So nice to hear that intro again. Yeah. Believe me, I'm sick, not insane, okay? Trust me on that one.
Wrapped up in my fucking mic cord here. I almost tripped myself.
Uh-oh. Don't strangle yourself now. Don't hang yourself. Slurping on that coffee, are you?
Something.
I wish I'd have made a pot of coffee, man. I ran out of time.
I have a Keurig in the office here, in the studio here, and I just fucking lean over, press go, and there you go. Yeah.
Wow, man. You got it all working. You got a hot plate there, too, in the office?
Crock pot.
A crock pot in the office.
Yeah.
Nice. Sweet.
Cook some soup in there. Right now I got some beef with some au jus in there.
Nice.
Or as I said as a kid, au jus.
Au jus. Chew. God bless you. Chew.
So how you been? You've not only have I not been on a show with you in 3 weeks or so, I haven't even talked to you in 3 weeks.
I know. We don't talk anymore. You used to be my best friend, but now it's like I don't know what the fuck over.
It's because you stopped sending.
No, actually, I have not been around, and I took a break, man.
Yeah.
I didn't even post on Facebook for a long time, and I'm willing to admit here that, I kind of walked away for a minute so that I could focus on my new job and make sure that I do it right, and I pretty much got it down now, and I can now go about my business with the radio station. I'll be doing a lot more. We'll be doing a show every week, like clockwork, every week. I'm going to get everything straightened out, but tonight, we start things off with the Who's Who. And these guys here are out of Chicago. And
who are they?
They are John Hackett and Wayne Garamoni. Garamoni. That's his name. Wayne Garamoni. And they're out of Chicago. And they look like them. They act like them. They sing like them. They sound like them. Hey, they sound like the Who. They are a tribute band to the Who, and we'll talk more about them later. But I had a great weekend, actually a great week last week. I got to meet Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons in person.
Yeah, you asshole.
It was fucking great, man. We had a blast. We really did. We had a great time. Me and my can of corn went, and I took her to with me, and
your can of corn. Let's stop the conversation for a minute.
She's my Connie can of corn, and
okay.
She's my can of corn, and I love her to death because I love sweet corn. I'm a nut for sweet corn, and she's my corn. Anyway, we went to meet Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley and Sully from Rock and Brews, and we had conversation with Gene. Got some pictures done, got some autographs signed. I've got a KGFRocks.com bumper sticker that's signed by Gene Simmons, which is very fucking cool. And he did a lot, man. He did a lot for us.
He's a good guy to his fans. That's the one thing about them. I've met them a few times, and every time I've met them, they're not like afraid to shake your hand or talk to you or look at you in the eye. And you're not bothering them.
Yeah, I know, and those things, Gene, that doesn't bother so much. He likes it. He likes getting out with the folks and meeting and greeting and all that fun stuff.
Well,
Paul's
it pads his ego. Gene loves it. It pads his ego. Gene's a very ego-driven guy, and I think that it does. It makes him feel better. And he's doing it because he's a cool guy too. But Paul doesn't. He does it, but not in the same venue. He won't come and chat with you.
Right. You're right.
Unless maybe you're a hot chick, then maybe you will. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Connie was a hot chick apparently. Apparently he liked her a lot. He told me I married up. He said, "You certainly married up with this one," and I said, "Oh, cool. Well, thank you very much."
I won't disagree with Mr.
Oh
Simmons.
yeah. I don't deserve her. I do not deserve her. There's just no way I deserve that.
You know who you deserve? Hillary Clinton.
Fuck Hillary Clinton.
I couldn't even get it out.
No, because you knew it was a lie. You knew it was a lie. Yeah, but we had a whole lot of fun, and they're both gracious hosts. They fed us lunch, and it was good. It was good. The food was decent. Wasn't great. Wasn't fantastic, but it was good. And it was pulled pork. Basic.
Those are
with
all
fries.
Stanley's recipes.
And those are supposed. Yeah, well, it was okay. It was good food.
That's his passion, is cooking, because now he's married and he can't go, on screwing all the chicks. He cooks now.
Right.
And he looks like an old Jewish mother cooking.
That's true.
I got some news on Kiss. I heard there's speculations and rumors coming from both Gene Simmons' camp and Ace Frehley's camp that there's this potential and probably gonna happen of the 4 original members of Kiss reunion tour.
Wow.
Yeah.
And tour.
Right.
One last hurrah.
Well, probably because Peter Criss can't make his rent, so they'll probably just try to help him out,
Yeah, they're still brothers after all. I mean,
no, that's the thing about people that don't understand. They'll say things in the media about each other and shit, but so would I about I talk shit about my brother all the time to other people. That asshole, fucking whatever. But it's still at the end of the day, it's your brother, and you're gonna go to bat for them if they really need you.
Right. I mean, you'd be there for your brother anytime.
Sure.
And
a band like that's enormous success, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you can't downplay any band that's in the Hall of Fame's original lineup.
Right.
Because that's where it started, and that's how it became. If you didn't have that lineup, it wouldn't have worked out the same way, because chemistry means everything in the beginning of a band.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, and I hope for their sake that maybe they do, man. Maybe they just resolve all the bullshit, go out on one last tour, last big hurrah, and they just retire.
I'd like to see him again, because I'm a huge Kiss fan, but
Right.
I am a huge classic Kiss fan. I'm not the non-makeup Kiss fan, Ace Frehley to me was always Kiss. The sound of his guitar, you knew it was Kiss,
Right.
And when they lost him, they were still a good band. I still bought their records and listened to them, but they didn't have the same appeal to me anymore.
Well, I would definitely pay to go see the Kiss reunion. With all the original members. That would, to me, that would be something worth going to see.
Yeah.
And all the controversy and all the bullshit that went down between the time they left and the time and today, it would be okay. It would be okay. Listen, if you're listening in and you want to chat with us, you can come over to the chat room. Come on into the there and say hello if you want to. We miss you. All right.
Yeah. Call in or whatever. Yeah.
Call in, whatever. You can do it. You can do it. We got a lot of stuff coming up now. I know you've got some fine tuning to do, but tell everybody about what's going on with the new show. Possibly. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. The new show. Yeah, I have working on a new project, hopefully to debut maybe next month if everything goes right. But it's a show with, it's going to be like when what's his name, Tim Russert would have people come out, like Meet the Press, and they'd have 2 sides and whatever. Right. Well, that's kind of what it's going to be, but it's like called That Crazy Conspiracy Show. And what I'm going to do, conspiracy show, yeah. And then what we're going to do is pick a topic of a conspiracy, like all right, the moon landed, we'll say, and we'll have somebody on that says that the moon landing actually happened, and we'll have somebody on that says no, it didn't happen, it was a hoax. And then I'll be like the moderator, and we'll discuss in hopefully a civil manner why it's a hoax or why it's not a hoax.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so it's kind of going to be like, it's not going to be a one-sided discussion like so many shows are on conspiracies. Either the show is for the conspiracy or against the conspiracy, and that just confuses people more. This is your chance to listen to two sides of it and hear what the guys that people, man, woman, child, whatever, who it is going to say. This is why it was a hoax, and then the other person say, you're crazy, it's not a hoax, this, blah, blah, blah. So then you can form your own opinion on it.
Right.
And hopefully that goes well. And I've been talking to a lot of people, and with conspiracies, some of them, who knows, could be true or not, but some of the people that believe in them are some really interesting people.
They're really out there, man.
Some of them are. Some of them are. But some of them are not, and some of them are doctors and scientists and people that are trained to believe in the scientific method of things, but have their own opinion that it's wrong or this and that. It's just crazy, and it's definitely one of these things that's always been in our life forever. Conspiracies, forever. Conspiracy since the dawn of time.
Right. There's all kinds of conspiracies out there. I mean, was Jesus Christ an extraterrestrial? There's so many. What is it called? Oh gosh. Okay. Let's see. What's the name of that fucking group?
I don't know. Spin it.
The guys, they're all rich and shit, and they control everything.
The Illuminati.
The Illuminati. Yeah. The Illuminati, all this stuff where, these guys are all in control of our shit. Okay, fine, whatever. You know what? I'm not all into it, man. I really am not. But, it would be interesting to have someone give me a how do I say it? Give me a different point of view. A different point of view. Tell me why you think this shit is for real, or that this shit is not for real.
Right. Are you like one of those people that believe everything that television or whatever tells you, or?
No, hell no. I don't believe everything I see.
Or even what history tells you. I mean,
on a lot of things. See, now we learned I hope that humans learned a valuable lesson just prior to World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Nazi Germany got away with it for so long, and it was all on fake news that, this shit wouldn't happen. They wouldn't do that. Why would they do that? They would never do that. Bullshit. They do that shit, okay? Human beings are inhuman, okay? And that's just, it's like a nature. It's a sick thing that we have, and we don't learn from that. And so that was a lie. And that was all of the big lie. And there's a lot of people who don't even believe it happened.
Believe that what happened?
That the Holocaust never happened.
Oh, there's a lot. That's another one. That's one of our shows, actually.
That I mean, to me, that I can't fathom why you would not believe in that. I just, it happened. Trust me.
Because see, this is the thing, and I don't want to get into it too deep on here because we'll be talking forever. But
right.
With something with that is that it's hard to describe why they think it was a conspiracy, because when the Jews got back to America and after that there was so much sympathy for them and they rose prominence with money and took over Hollywood and took over this and took over that, so it was all like a part of the Illuminati and the what do you call it, the one percenters and all that.
Right.
Their great grand scheme. I don't believe that it didn't exist, in my personal opinion, but there is some proofs out there that it did it, and there's actual more proof that it did. So you just gotta, I don't know, you gotta, I guess, form your own opinion or find out the truth. Is the truth ever been told to us on everything? Who knows? I don't.
Right, that's true. I mean, not everything. Not everything is a conspiracy theory. Now, and I'm a believer. I am a believer, actually, to be honest. I'm a believer that Lee Harvey Oswald did not act alone. Okay? So there are millions of conspiracies out there.
There's people that believe that it didn't happen at all. He didn't do it at all.
Right. There are people who believe that John F. Kennedy lived to be an older gentleman,
Right.
and he's been hiding in the dark. So I don't know. I don't know if I believe that or not. I mean, I have a hard time with that one. But I don't know. The idea that that the Kennedys are ruling the world in some dark. I got to hear this guy's reasoning for that.
You're right. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I got I got my doubts about that. So,
Right.
I saw
got
the
a
pictures.
text from I think the person that's going to be on tonight. Oh no, this is I just got a text from Thomas Bennett. That's
our future DJ.
Yeah, he just wanted to know where the chat room was, and I'm going to send it to him right now.
Okay, cool. Makes it easy.
And anyways, we should go in there. We don't ever go in there, dude, during the show. The KGF chat.
I'm in there.
You just ignore. You're in the KGF chat.
I'm in the
not
KGF
chat.
No, in the KGF chat, he had a hard time getting in there today, and I'm not having any problem at all. I'm in there now. I'm the only one there.
Right.
In the KGF chat. Or you can go into the chat room on Spreaker, and I get it a live feed. It comes right in. If you say hello to me, it's on the live feed.
Right.
To the board.
Oh, yeah. That's the one we should
That's the one we would. Yeah, send that to him.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay.
Woo. Okay. That was what in my ear when I got a message.
Ding.
No, mine goes woo. I don't know why. I have a millennial one. It cries all the time.
You're right.
So they did it again.
It did it again.
So anyways, so that's going to be my new show. And as far as things going on in the rock world, I'm got tickets for 2 shows this summer already.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us who it is.
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses. Okay.
And Green Day.
And Green Day.
Yeah.
And Green Day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one of my favorite bands ever. One of my favorite bands.
Right.
And I know you don't think as highly of them as I do, but you know what?
Well, they're okay. No, they got good stuff. Don't take it all wrong. I like their music. I just don't like the way they treat their fans. There's a difference. I like some of their stuff. I think that Slash is pretty cool. I mean, I think he's pretty cool. I think it all went to his head. But
who's Slash?
Yeah, I think it all went to his head, and that's why he kind of dropped off. And he did drop off before this band got together again. So, I don't know. Slash is better than a reunion, I think.
I think so.
I think he's above and beyond a reunion. So I don't, I'm not going to pay to go see him.
I didn't. My sister bought them for me, so
yeah,
I don't care.
If they're free, hell yeah.
Wait, why wouldn't you pay to go see him? You don't like good music?
Because he owes me a free concert.
Yeah.
He owes me a free concert. He ruined the one that I went to. I paid to see him already, and I didn't get a chance to see him because he had fucking attitude.
You got your money back.
No, I didn't.
Why not?
No, you don't get your money back. The show
What do you
went
mean?
on. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, you saw the opening band. Don't worry about it.
There was a class action suit, and we lost. The only people who got money were the people who got injured at the concert.
We should have told them your pride got hurt.
Well, not my pride. My fucking wallet got hurt, man. It was like $85 a piece for them tickets. Damn near got my ass kicked to boot.
Yeah, they were bitches about that. I agree. That was stupid of them, and they did a lot of stupid things back then. But now, Axl Rose can't walk off the stage because it'll break.
Yeah, well, if he jumps off the friggin' stage, he'll break his fucking neck. I guarantee you that. 'Cause ain't nobody gonna catch his ass.
No, it'd be like Meatloaf jumping off the stage.
Fuck you.
I like Eddie Vedder when he used to climb up to the top and jump off. Yeah, no, dude, you jump on me, I'm gonna punch you in the nutsack.
Right.
I don't care who you are. Do not fucking jump on me from that high up. Because A, I ain't catching you. And if you think I am, I'm sorry.
That's right.
You know,
That's a fact.
they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. Pearl Jam.
Yeah, Pearl Jam is in concert here too this month. As a matter of fact, the end of January, I think. And I want to go. This is the 50th anniversary of KC, the longest running rock station in the world. They've been around for 50 years this year, and I want to go to their birthday party.
Do you have proof that it's the longest rock show in the world?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Yes,
just checking.
They were the first genre for rock, not pop, but rock.
I think ours has been around since the 70s.
Yeah. Ours was around 67, 50 years ago.
Yeah. Ours is, I think, right around there, too, but not that year. I think it was like 70, 71. They started the FM rock station.
Right.
Before that, it was all AM, you know.
Right. That's true.
But we had a couple DJs here. I don't know if you remember Jim Hound Dog Lorenz. He was from here, and he did a national broadcast show. And he also started his own radio station in Buffalo, and it's still going to this day. And the old 50s and 60s, I think 40s and 50s radio personalities were stars, celebrities. You know, like we'll never know us as radio personalities. Now we'll never know the fame that they had.
No.
You know, in their local communities and stuff. They were celebrities in their local communities.
Yeah, they were. I used to go up to the radio station all the time. They had a sliding glass window where they'd hand out tickets and shit, and I used to go up there and get tickets all the time. You could buy tickets right there at the window.
Oh, could you?
Right next door was a head shop. I mean, it was a stone's throw away from KC, and you could go in and get your papers and get all the shit.
And that's where you were.
And that's generally where I was, yeah. And then, of course, you had the place called the Spectrum. The Spectrum, they sold concert tickets and all that fun stuff. You didn't have to go through somebody and pay. You know, part of the reason why we pay so much for our tickets today is because the guys that sell the fucking tickets get a piece of the pie too.
Sure.
So you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking. Promoters and whatever, they kind of, you know, a lot of those guys started off innocently. There was guys like in it just to promote the music and you know, they take a little piece of it for their troubles. But then people got greedy, you know, and like Crook started doing it. You know, oh shit, man, we could do this. Yeah. You know, and it got out of hand. You know,
right? There was no control.
No, I mean, but now, you know, with the internet medium, you could do whatever you want.
That's right. And there's nothing that can hold you back either.
No, nothing but your inability to do things the right. There's even like I'll go on YouTube or I'll go on somewhere and see like this person talking and doing a little talk show type thing, and they're the most annoying person in the world, and I'm like, why are people watching this? And there's like 8,000 viewers. Why did 8,000 people watch this person? You know,
right?
And it just goes to show you anybody could do this if they wanted to, but you got to have some kind of talent, I think, or be ridiculously stupid.
Right, exactly.
You know, you got to have people coming back to see you each week. So what do? You know, have a show like this where you talk to people and you give your opinions. We're a very opinionated place.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
That's fact. We're very opinionated.
Well, you are.
Well, yeah, I am. I give my opinions all the time.
Yeah, but your opinions usually get, you know, pushed aside. But anyways, what time is our guest going to be on the program?
They're ready to go right now. They're actually chomping at the bit to get on here with us. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to play a Who song.
Who are you?
Who? Yeah, we're going to play Substitute.
Substitute.
That's probably not on their song list. What do you think?
I don't know.
We're going to find out.
We'll
be back.
Classic tune.
It is a classic. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. This is KGFRocks.com, and you're listening to The Conjugal Visits, The Who. Frocks.com. Everybody with me now?
No.
We're here.
Yeah, all right. Hey, John
What's
Wayne,
up?
how you doing? Hey, John Wayne. No, John and Wayne, I should say.
Yes.
from the Who's Who's with us here on the Conjugal Visits. How you guys doing?
What's
Real
up?
good. How are you doing, man?
Doing great, doing great. How's the weather up there in the Great White North, up there in Chicago land?
It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
You know, it's not freezing today, so it's not too bad.
Not too terrible, tolerable, huh?
That's how New York. I'm in New York, and it's been beautiful here. Matter of fact, the other day it was like 54 degrees. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But anyways, you guys are from Chicago, and you're a Who tribute band, correct?
Correct.
So what two people do? I know we have Wayne and John, but what two are you in the band?
Okay,
Roger.
So this is John. I play the Pete Townsend guitar role.
Okay. And you do Roger Daltrey.
Yeah, Wayne is Roger.
Oh, cool. Okay, and those are the best two. See, we got the biggest two stars of.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Wow,
Telling
are
you.
you lucky?
I'm telling you. Only here on KGFRocks.com. They actually reunited folks just for us. So this is really very cool.
So why the Who? That's the question. Why did you choose them?
Wayne, you want to try that one?
Because they're one of the greatest bands that ever was. That's a pretty good one.
No, that's definitely a great one. And I always say when people tell me, "Oh, the Rolling Stones are the best rock band," I think that the Who was more of a rock band than the Stones could ever have been.
Yeah, well, one of the things we have a problem because they have so many songs that people love is when we play a show, everybody wants to hear something, and you can only do so many songs. So
right.
It's loved. It's loved.
It's like the Beatles, you know. I mean, you go to a Beatles tribute band, or you go see. Boy, I wish they'd have played this. I wish they'd have played that.
Right.
And, yeah, I guess it's the same with the Who because I mean every album damn near went platinum for them.
Yeah, there's so much.
See, I had no problem. I was in a Ricky Martin cover band. I only did 3 songs.
That's easy.
He's got 3?
Easy.
We make one up just for time's sake.
Just for time's sake.
But it's true. But when you got a band like that with a great repertoire to pick from, sometimes I see a lot of tribute bands just stand right to the hits. Do you guys play any of the obscure songs or any songs that are not so much a hit?
You know we do. We try to do some stuff from the Tommy album, some from the Quadrophenia album. We've done the whole Tommy album before in concert, and so there's stuff on there that's very popular and some that's more obscure that only Who fans would really know and love,
and appreciate. Right, exactly.
I remember when I first started to like the Who, as I do like the Who, because I like a lot of punk music, and the Who reminds me of the first punk band.
Oh yeah,
Kinks. I think
totally agree.
Yeah, when I think about the Kinks, I think about the Who. That's
yes.
And they were both, I think, the starters of like the punk type movement, and they didn't even realize that's what they were doing, but they did, and I don't think they get enough credit for that.
I agree. I'm a total punk rock fan. I started playing guitar because of the Ramones, Sex Pistols, and stuff like that, and to me, the Who had the attitude of punk rock. Right,
they did, and they didn't give a shit. They'll go trash a hotel room, whatever, and
exactly.
Well, real quick, what do you think that Pete and Roger were thinking the first time Keith Moon kicked the fuck out of his drums?
Yeah, cool. Very cool.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were worried, but that's so cool. I'm sure
I have arguments a lot with people in the music world. I do this on the air here, and I music in my other life too, and I have arguments who's one of the best singers of the 60s and whatever. People will say, Robert Plant, this, that. And I always say, what about Roger Daltrey? Nobody says Roger Daltrey. And he's got such a pure, powerful rock voice that other people emulate, and he gets no respect either.
Yeah,
right.
He's got the power, power voice.
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think Roger Daltrey's voice he wasn't the front man. He was an instrument in the band. Does that make sense to you? He even harmonized with the guitar. He would harmonize with everything and make it sound like it was one piece, like it was supposed to be there.
Sure.
And
there's no lying that was Pete Townsend's band. It was his direction.
Right.
So and Daltrey was just a player in that band, but I think he is. I don't think you could have the Who without Daltrey or Townsend. You can't.
Right. Well, you couldn't have the Who without any of them. Actually,
no, right.
That was the cool thing that I liked about them is that they were all the pieces and they were all weird and different, but they all, when they got together, they all fit. It was so weird,
Yeah,
And they played, and just like I love, like I was born in the early '70s, so I didn't like grow up with the Who. Okay, but when I started listening to the Who, I started from the early days, and their progression was just always amazed me. How you listen to the Beatles, you listen to the Stones, it's kind of the same little progression, but it's getting better. But they made some major leaps between albums.
They really did. They really did.
Yeah, they love to experiment, which was great to me.
The whole rock opera thing was a breakthrough, I think, because nobody had ever done that before.
No,
right.
And then to follow it up with Quadrophenia.
Probably.
They invented, along with the Beatles, I think, they invented album-oriented rock, AOR, and they all had a theme. All the bands did, even Emerson, Lake and Palmer. They had a theme to the album. Jethro Tull, yes, and it was more like a crescendo. It was more like a story that went from one to song number 13 on the album. And have you ever wondered how that was successful compared to what they're doing today? What's the difference, you think?
My view on that is just the nature of albums. You've got an album, you got the cover, you got the inside cover, you got the lyric sheet. It all kind of tells a story. Right. Where you don't really have that so much with CDs, and you've totally lost it now with MP3 or iTunes and stuff. But back then, you're presented with a package, and I think they had that in mind. They're presenting a package in the form of an album that all ties together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The pissing on the wall and Who's Next made this iconic statement. Who's Next?
Oh,
I mean, that was just. It's such a subtle picture, but it does tell 1,000 words.
It really does. Great album cover. One of the best.
One of the album greatest ever. And a lot of people didn't notice it. And I had that album. Here's a short story for you. I had the album, and I'm listening down in my basement, listening to it. And my mom came downstairs and it was laying on the coffee table there. And she picks it up. She goes, "Did they just urinate on that wall?" And I said, "Yep." I said, "They sure did. Who's next?" And she just laughed. And that was circa 1974. So I mean, that goes.
My mom took my album and threw it out. She was mad.
No way. No way.
She didn't like that. She didn't like that. My mom didn't like my Frank Zappa albums. Okay.
She hated
my dad
Zappa
did that to my freaking Ozzy Speak of the Devil album, where his blood was
brutal.
And he fucking was a Black Sabbath fan.
Yeah. Oh my gosh!
I was like, how can you do that? He got weird now. What? No, he's the same person he was. But parents, my God. I mean, and I think it's funny because my parents, I met at a Led Zeppelin concert. Okay. And I was actually conceived probably the first night, and they were rock and roll fans, but my dad tried to keep me away from rock and heavy metal for so long that's why I started listening to the Who and that, because that was in his record collection,
Right.
And as years going on, I don't think my dad was trying to stop me from listening to music. I think he was trying to tell me, don't just be one-sided, one-minded,
Right. Well, that's why it works so well, is because it got such a reaction. That's why it's so cool, so.
Yeah, and there's so many bands of, especially the 80s, that followed the Who's lead,
Yes. And Pearl Jam, for sure.
Yeah, Pearl Jam, for definition. So many bands. Pearl Jam is one of those entities that took their musical influences like the Who, and also Pearl Jam is a lot of Neil Young in them, too.
Yes.
Right.
And then just matched them all together and made Pearl Jam, that's what music should be about. You not a carbon copying, people, but taking what they did and making it your own or whatever.
Pieces of it.
And
the best of it, the best parts.
The best part.
That's how any successful artist has done that. I mean, if you listen to Lenny Kravitz, he sounds like he should be in the 70s, for Christ's sakes.
He does. It's true.
Absolutely.
But he does it well.
Hey, either one of you two write music at all, or
we both do?
You both do.
We do.
Have you thought about
together? Yes.
Together, you do. Oh,
yes.
Did you guys ever get a chance to play? On stage, playing your own stuff?
Not yet. We're really working real hard right now to get a a EP out this spring with their own music, so we're excited.
I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but is there a band name for that besides the Who?
No, we just before we did this Who thing, we started writing together. That's how we first got together again, and we wrote for 7 years. We have like 200 songs.
Wow!
And then we got in this Who thing and put that on the back burner, and now I want to get it back out again.
Good for you, dude.
Yeah,
I hope you do. I hope to hear from you because
we will.
I would like to put that stuff on our station and put it right into rotation. You let me know.
That would be great.
The invitation is, that invitation is open to all of our guests that come on the Conjugal Vision. That right, Guido?
Yep.
And you gotta get it out there to get people to listen to it. And,
well, I'll send you guys a couple songs and let you check them out.
Yeah, we'll definitely put them in the rotation. And the cool thing is if you listen to our station and you'll hear like Frank Zappa come on, then you'll hear like the Who. You'll hear something brand new come on, then you'll hear your song.
That's great, though. That's how it should be. I get so sick of hearing the same songs over and over and over and over.
We don't do that. We play. I mean, when I literally say we play everything, you can't listen to us and pick out what's going to come next because it's so ridiculous. Good. Even myself, I'm part owner of the station with Free Ride, and I put most of the music in there. I still surprise myself every day.
Great job, man.
I haven't heard that in a long time. I'll be sitting here listening to it while I'm catching up on emails and stuff and Facebook and all that fun stuff, and I'll be listening to it and I say, wow, I haven't heard that song in months.
It's great to hear an old song you haven't heard in a long time again. It's like awesome.
We like to at kgfrocks.com. We like to say that make the old ones new again. And because you don't hear, you'll hear a couple of the songs that are played on radio today, okay? But for the most part, you're hearing B-sides, you're hearing new stuff, you're hearing. We really like to mix it in. So
we play a lot of stuff like Wishbone Ash, and
gosh, wow,
a lot of bands like that nobody will play.
That's awesome.
There's so many cool things. We had. We have other people on our show too. A band called Point Blank back in the 70s. We had their guitar player on who just passed away, and they were all set to open up. Their debut album came on. They were all set to open up for the Leonard Skinner to go on a national tour, and the Skinner's plane crashed, and it derailed their whole career.
Yeah.
I mean, this show here, this thing here is we're rapidly moving, and we love when artists of your stature come on that have their own music. Because let's face it, you're not going to get it on your rock station in your hometown. I don't care where you live. It's not going to happen. Because you don't have enough money to do that. But here, we'll do it because of the love of music.
That's awesome.
That's it. Well, listen,
hats off to you guys.
Thank you, and hats off to you for still doing what you do. Do you guys have any shows coming up?
We do. We just played one last night, actually, and so we're recovering from that. But, we had a good time. But we have a show in November in Highland Park, Illinois, which is here on the north side of Chicago, and then this summer we're going to be doing the Rock Fest up in Hackett, Wisconsin again. We're thrilled to be back on there. Rob Zombie's there.
Cool.
Last year, Slipknot was there when we played.
Cool.
And so we're on one of the side stages, and they're on the main stage. When they're playing, we watch, and when they're setting up, we're playing. So
cool.
It's a lot of fun.
It's awesome.
We have a lot of summer festivals we're going to be playing this year as well. So
great.
I'm sure every one of them bands respect the Who. Every band every band, and the Who, you can't disrespect them. Even if you don't like rock, you still can't. I mean, they had movies. The movie Quadrophenia was the weirdest freaking movie I ever seen in my entire life.
Very weird.
But it was still a movie for the Who, by the Who, whatever, And Quadrophenia I don't understand it. I still don't to this day as an adult. When I watched it as a kid, and now I don't get it.
The story is kind of odd, but the music is so damn good.
It is.
It makes you sit through the film.
It does, and that's what I mean about them. They have a cultural impact that is like no other.
Huge.
Wasn't there a movie that they were going to play Who music to? Wasn't it Clockwork Orange? And they said definitely no, not going to do that for you.
It could be because of the subject matter, you know. I mean,
think
it was a pretty harsh film.
Yeah, it
Good
was.
film, but hard to watch. Yeah.
Very hard to watch. I mean, it was.
Well, I know from the CSI franchises, they made a bundle.
Yeah.
For playing their songs.
Well, how about the car commercials? They're constantly on the car commercials.
Constantly, yeah. And you know
front.
what? Good for them. And I don't even care. People say, "Oh, they're selling." No, you know, the Who sold out in '64 when they put that album out. Remember, the Who sells out. Yeah. So they don't care. What do they got to lose?
No. What do you care?
Yeah, they're sitting in their freaking mansions while you're bitching about them. Whatever. I mean, I just saw. Speaking of CSI, I thought it was funny. The one episode, Roger Daltrey was a murderer on one of them.
Really?
A couple of years back, yeah. And he's actually surprisingly a good actor.
Yeah.
He's a pretty funny fellow. Hey, who are the other members in your band?
Well, we've got a phenomenal bass player, Alex Evans. We had open auditions for bass players, and he was the best of the 20 or so guys that showed up. He's just phenomenal. He loves John Entwistle, and so this is his like dream gig, he says. Cool. And then our drummer is Rob Van Dahl, who's been in a ton of bands here in Chicago, and he's just a really super drummer, super backup singer, and all-around good guy. And so we're very, very happy with our band and get along well with those guys. They're great players.
Yeah, what I think best about our band is our backup vocals. They're incredible. They really are top-notch, so it's nice. It's nice to hear a band with good backup vocals.
Well, that's good because in real life, the Who's backup, or the Who's drummer couldn't sing to save.
Right, but everybody else sang great, you know?
Yeah, you got
The problem
everybody
was
else sang amazingly.
Yeah, Keith Moon wanted to sing, though. That was the problem.
He did, yeah.
he loved singing. He just couldn't sing.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, on the one song, Happy Jack, you hear at the end somebody will say, "I saw you." He was behind the thing trying to make them laugh while they were on the background vocals.
Crazy.
If you listen to it close enough, you'll hear people say, "I saw you," and that's what that's about. But yeah, he was a little spitfire too. I remember, I think it was on Saturday Night Live or something he was on where he trashed a hotel in the skit or whatever. And
oh yeah,
it was probably just another day for him.
He was well known for that, and I think I've just read up, having been in this band, you have to know a lot about the Who, you know, because people will come up to you and say, "I saw the Who in '68. I saw him here. I saw him there," and so you kind of learn, if you didn't already know, about the whole history. And the thing I found out about Keith Moon was he loved M80s, and he liked to toss them down the toilets, blow up toilets in the hotel rooms. So he just. And John Entwistle was his accomplice. He
had a hatred for TVs too.
Yes, he did.
He threw TVs out the window and shit.
Yeah,
he was a lunatic. Now, do you guys play Boris the Spider in your shows?
You know, we do on occasion. Our bass player, like I say, he's an Entwistle guy, and he loves everything John Entwistle. So he sings and plays that great. And the fun thing we do is we've done so many of their songs, people will request things that aren't in our set list. Like last night, somebody wanted to hear My Wife, which is a classic off of Who's Next. So we'll just go right into it, and, we already know it, so we can accommodate requests, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite Who song is The Seeker.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite,
with The Seeker almost all the time. I loved I get really happy when I play that song. So then the rest of the show is good. You know?
Yeah, that's what I think that might have even been like one of the first ones I really got attracted to. My first album, Who album that I ever listened to was Live at Leeds.
Cool.
Oh,
that
God.
was the very
Great
first
album.
Yeah, very first one I ever listened to, and I think I was on the path to being hooked after that, you know.
Awesome.
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah. Every
I got to
song
see
on
him
that is good.
Yeah, it is. And I got to see him in '89, and
I saw it too, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't Kenny Jones playing with him, though.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was still awesome.
It was Simon Phillips playing with him, I think.
Simon Phillips, yeah.
Yeah, and it was.
Great drummer.
Great show. You got to have a great drummer. I mean, I think Kenny Jones from the Faces was a great replacement for.
Yes.
I mean, he wasn't as flamboyant or flashy, but he was really good, you know.
He really was.
And then I know Zach Starkey tours with them sometimes, and
he is phenomenal. I've seen the Who
way
many,
better
many
than his
times.
father.
You know what? He is. He's flashier and probably better chops. You know, Ringo kind of served the song and wasn't very flashy, but Zach Starkey has really got it, man.
He does, and he's definitely, I think, still with them. I know they were on that Hardwired tour for a while.
Yes. Yeah, last I saw them, they came through Chicago twice last year. I saw them both times, and
they were great.
Zach was with them, and it just was great.
Does
really
it bother
great.
that he doesn't play the electric anymore, or did he go back to it?
Say that again?
Townsend, he was doing the acoustic only for a while.
He's back to the electric. Last 2 times I saw him, he was playing the electric. He plays a red Strat, and still does the windmills and all that kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
I saw an interview one time with him that said him and Eric Clapton went to see a young lad play in England, and they saw Jimi Hendrix and said, "Well, that's the end of us," you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, in a way, it was like Jimi Hendrix forced all the guys to become a better guitarist. I mean,
Yes. So, well, certainly it made the showmanship good. I know when the Monterey Pop Festival, they had a little dispute about who was going to play before the other, Hendrix or the Who, and the Who lost that coin flip, I guess, and played first and trashed the stage and trashed all their gear. And then Hendrix came on and set fire to his guitar. So it was a lot of one-upmanship,
Mm-hmm. It was. And, that's what made it so much better music back then was that, but they actually respected each other,
Yes.
in the sense that we're trying to outdo each other, not because I'm better than you, but because I respect you. I'm going to be better. I got to do better.
You get inspiration from them.
And that's what music is gone now. Music is all, just pre-programmed crap, and
there's a lot of that, yeah.
There's still got some good music out there. Don't get me wrong. You just got to find it now.
Yes, it's hard to find. I mean, you have to really dig to find it.
You do. And I'm so glad that, how I used to find music back in the day was just go, and you were talking earlier about album covers. If I saw a really cool album cover, I'd buy the album.
Right.
Same here. I've got a whole bunch of albums where I would just do that, and most of the time you're right. If the album cover looks cool, the music's cool.
Means they care, I guess, right?
And I think the radio stations the radio stations have changed so much that you had stations that would bring new music out, 5, 6, 7, 8 songs a month, maybe 10 songs a month. Now today you get one song every 6 months that's new, or the station manager likes the guy that fucking runs the band that fucking does this for them. And it's all just like it's gotten stupid now. Well, and I don't know if it's that or if there's just no good music out there.
Well, look at the timelines. Back in the '60s, bands released an album every single year. Every year. 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. They kept releasing. In the 70s and the 80s, they went to like every 2 years.
Right.
Now, 4 or 5 years between albums.
Yeah.
And why? Is it harder to write music now? Is all the good music gone? I mean, why is it taking 4 years instead of 1 year? Because the suit and ties.
Yeah. No, there's good music out there. It's hard for somebody who writes good music to get it to people. I mean, if you had the best song in the world, how do you get all these people to know it's the best song? You know what I mean? It's hard.
I call mainstream radio now fake music, like they call the CNN fake news. I think mainstream radio is fake music because they're only playing. It's not all bad, but you're not getting these classic cuts. Like your song that you're going to send to us might be the greatest song ever,
right?
But unless you're signed by some label with power behind it, you're not getting it on the radio.
Right. Well, we got to get it out to people to hear. That's the number one thing,
Right.
So.
And as far as that's concerned, that's why I'm basically kind of shocked that things haven't progressed any further. And then you've got to compete with places like YouTube and Amazon and places like that, or what is it, Reverb Nation.
There's always a new one. There's always a new one,
There's always a new one coming out, and so you got to know which one to pick, and you want to know who's peaking at what time, and who's going to actually have more people hear your music.
Right. But you know what? You know what the key to being successful nowadays is in the beginning to give away the music.
Oh yeah, that's what we plan on doing. We want to get it to people more than anything.
Even Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue says, "I don't care if you steal my song, just come to my show."
And then if
you buy a T-shirt while you're there too,
right.
Then if you get enough interest where people are actually coming to ask for the music, and actually come looking for the music, well, that's a part of the job. But once you reach that level, it's time to go out and play it, and
Right.
go to
Yes.
the clubs and make money on it. And that's how you're going to make your money, by personal appearances
Right,
and
right.
shows and things like that. And I know it's difficult to do, man, but there's a lot of bands out there that's exactly what they do. And even the popular, I mean, for Christ's sake, Guns N' Roses going on tour again.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know, and that's where they're making their money. They're not making their money on album sales because
Did you
Right,
know that
no.
the Guns N' Roses tour is sponsored by Jenny Craig?
Really?
Oh.
No, didn't know that. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I have a tiff with them because to me, they were the greatest rock band in the early '90s. I'm like, they're the
They were
successor.
awesome.
They're the
Awesome.
successor to the Stones and whatever.
Yes.
Right.
And then they went and became like retarded, and
Right.
now I hate them.
It was
But-
too good. It was too good. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
It was just, straightforward rock that we were missing for a long time. I grew up in the 80s, so I was part of that party rock scene. And I'm not
Right.
saying it's bad. I love a lot of the music, but none of it had substance.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, it didn't. It wasn't. There was no political anymore. There was nothing. Except for like Metallica. Metallica kept their true political views.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But the 80s, you couldn't turn to music for answers like you could in the 60s.
Right. Right.
Like, you thought you were the only one that felt that when the 60s, the
Right.
protest songs would come out.
Right. Right.
Ohio and 04 Dead Ohio. That's how you can relate it. And you relate.
Right.
So I think now people are doing that again.
Yeah. Well, why I want to come out with our original music right now is Who's Who is getting very popular around Chicago, which is awesome. I love it. People enjoy it. It's really cool. So we're getting a lot of people that like what we're doing. So they are more apt to check it out if you give them a CD than to toss it in the garbage. They're curious of, okay, what else can these guys do,
Sure. And like we were saying before, if you get successful enough and people in Ohio hear your music and like it, you might be able to get gigs there and make money,
Right.
Or
Right.
wherever. That's how it starts, and
Right.
that's how it was in the 50s. You would give radio stations your single, and
Right.
back then they paid for it, but
Right.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a lot of amounts. But that's how it started, where you didn't go through. The record company started noticing that, and then they started controlling
Right.
the
Right.
radio, and then the radio is a big pile of shit now. So we are like a radio revolution. We want to make it to where anybody can be on the radio, like it
That's
used to be,
awesome.
And let me reframe that. Not anybody, because if people out there, if you suck, don't please just
Anybody good.
Right,
Anybody
if you're
good.
joking around, don't waste the
Right.
time. But if you're
Right.
real, if you got something that
Serious.
rock, send it to us.
Right.
Because
Awesome.
we
That's
got
cool.
there's enough crap in the world,
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe you'll find that one that's really awesome. And
Oh yeah, we do. Actually, God's honest truth, guys. Any song that we've ever gotten so far, except maybe two, we've put on the radio. And
Awesome.
and the two that I think we didn't was because they were covers, and I have to make sure the licensing on them are
Right. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So-
Don't want to get in
you
trouble.
throw 'em on.
right.
Yeah,
Other
so-
than that, we've never denied anybody.
So
Well,
besides
that's really cool.
Besides the Who, who's your favorite bands? I mean, who do you guys really like?
I
me an
I
idea.
love. I want to even in the Who band. I want to put a Bad Company song in because
Oh,
I
that's
love
cool.
Bad Company so bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're awesome.
Another
So-
great voice.
I love Paul Rogers singing. That guy is
Yes,
unbelievable.
he's a great singer.
Like I said, I kind of grew up on the punk rock stuff, so I love the Ramones. I still listen to that English punk rock stuff, but that Black Sabbath stuff like that, Bad Company, I love all that stuff.
Okay.
Grew
Are
up
there-
on it, still love it.
Are there any new bands in your likes?
I love Shinedown. I don't know if other people. I think they write great.
Oh, awesome, man.
They sound great. I love seeing them play. They're enjoyable to see. So that's one of my new favorites. So
Yeah, Shinedown is a great band. New music wise, I'm still. There's not a lot of bands that catch me. I think
Right.
the last band that I liked that was newer was like Disturbed, and I know that's like 15 years old.
right,
Mhm.
right.
And
From
I-
Chicago, by the way, yeah.
oh yeah, that's right. Very good
Yes.
band. You know who else is out of Chicago? He might be coming home soon, and next Saturday.
Who's that?
Barack Obama.
Yes, all right. Does he have a band? I didn't know he had a band.
Oh, he's putting them all together. They're going to call them the chickens that came home to roost.
Awesome. I'll go see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you don't want to hear it. We don't
One
want to get
time
political.
I'm from Buffalo, New York, and one time I had to go to Elgin, Illinois, and we got there at about 1:00 in the morning. And we tried to go out to a bar, and we're like, "What do you mean you're closing?" Because here we close at 4 a.m. And I'm like, "Oh my God, that's crazy!" And sometimes that makes a big difference. Like the music scene here in Buffalo, if a band comes on like at 9 o'clock, and it's like a whole night of bands, and you come on at like 7, ain't nobody gonna see you.
Right. Yeah. It's so weird how that is. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, so if you book before 10 o'clock, ain't nobody gonna be there. So,
right.
You might as well.
They're just warming the amps up for you, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I've had bars that I worked in, and 7 o'clock the band start, and there's their family in there.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool. By the time the main band gets on, all the kinks are worked out of the PA.
Right.
Awesome.
Yes, they got the sound working.
Yeah, the lights all of a sudden work the right way, and
Right.
Exactly.
That's how it is, and it's a shame because I think if you're gonna festival type of thing, you should give all bands the respect and try to see them all, and I know I do, and except for this, every year like Tesla comes here with Def Leppard.
Okay.
It's an annual thing for my friends, and then we go, and every year I've missed Tesla.
Oh wow, yeah.
Years and and what is that game with the balls and the cups? Beer pong in the parking lot, and you lose track of time.
Yeah.
Now, do you go to shows yourself, not as playing musicians, or do you go? And
Always.
check out?
Always. If I can drag my wife out, I'm always at a show. Local. I go to see all the bands around here, and make friends, and see what's out. And then I go to Shine Down and Deep Purple, all the cool bands.
Right,
so.
right. Yeah, Deep Purple that's the band actually that Kiss and Deep Purple are two bands that really got me into rock and roll music.
Awesome,
nice.
Like the Who and all that. that was rock, but the 70s is where everybody turned it up a notch.
There was so many good bands. Now you're saying you can't find a good band. Right. There was so many back then. You turn around and you love them all. It's crazy.
Well, there's bands like that. I'll find records and albums today that I never heard of, and I'll play it from the '70s. Like, wow, why wasn't this famous?
Right.
I do the same thing, man.
And then I'll take Hartsfield and put it on, and Guido will hear it and say, "Who the fuck is that?" And I said, well, that's Hartsfield. Back then, it was regional. I mean, you guys are probably from Chicagoland, so you probably know about them. Hartsfield is a southern rock band, is what they are, and I played them one day on my classic show, and Guido says, "Who the fuck is that?" And I said, "That's Hartsfield, man. Well, I like that." Awesome. So we put that in rotation. See, so I mean, these are the bands that, and of course, growing up, when I was growing up, and then when he was growing up, you get. I don't want to throw. How old are you guys?
Too old.
Too old.
How about that?
How about in the 40s? In your 40s?
Yeah, we'll say that.
Okay. In your 40s. I'm not going to say. I don't want to ask you your exact age, but
okay.
When you were growing up, you were more in the.
I was somewhere in the 60s, so we'll put it that way.
You were like, but you didn't.
I got
really
to hear the '60s from my brothers. So
okay,
that
there
worked,
you go. There you go.
I heard rock and roll when I was a kid. I loved it.
Right.
So
it's all basically classic rock. You're stuck in it like I am. I'll never get out of it.
Right. Well, it's great.
Oh yeah.
It's great.
Yeah,
it makes my day.
I'll just put
great.
it this way: Free Ride old enough to be my father. So.
Yes, I'm enough to be a dad.
So,
I don't
and
care.
I'm in my 40s. So. he went to these shows. Like he went to see Jesus and 12 Apostles at the Bowl when he was 14.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll tell you who I saw. I actually saw bands. I saw bands that you guys could only hope to see. Saw the original Cream. I saw them.
That's awesome.
I saw Kiss on their first tour. I saw Montrose with Sammy Hagar.
That is, I love that.
I love it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I saw Blue Oyster Cult with their Agents of Fortune album came out, and it was just a fucking killer show. So I saw some shows. I mean,
cool.
I saw
I'm pissed I wasn't. I was kind of pissed I wasn't older because I never got to see Keith Moon,
Yeah, right.
live.
Keith Moon live.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I got to see Led Zeppelin with John.
Yeah, I
Bonham.
missed them too. I missed Bottom when he died. We had tickets and
Yeah.
we got the lottery, and he died right before he came to Chicago. It was
Yeah, I
Really?
missed Zeppelin too because I was still being incubated, and
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
but literally they met at the House of the Holy tour and
Awesome.
married after that, and so I always say I was born on rock, and my dad was a rock DJ as growing
Cool.
up, and
Cool.
I always had rock in the house, but it was funny because I could listen to like Black Sabbath and all these bands from the 70s that were dark, but if I listened to Motley Crue or something, that's junk, that's garbage.
That's weird.
Really?
That is
Wow.
really weird.
It
Wow.
was the strangest thing ever.
Maybe he just didn't want to hear it. Maybe it wasn't
Maybe,
up
yeah.
to his caliber.
Yeah, maybe. And like if you listen to like bands like Motley Crue and that, great or not, their first couple albums were like Beatle, Rolling Stone, esque type albums.
Yes,
They were
right.
definitely more British rock based than they were American rock based.
Yes.
Influence, I should say. And and the other bands in the '80s went the American route, like the Kisses. But Kiss even is a lot of Stones and Beatles and Who influence.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Definitely.
and-
First time I put Def Leppard on, my mom says, "What the hell is that?"
Right.
It's
Good or
well,
bad?
and
Good
I
or
was-
bad?
Thankfully, at the time, I was just visiting when I played it, and I said, "Okay, well, I know not to play that in your house anymore." She didn't like it.
That wasn't good. That wasn't good.
It didn't go over.
That was not good. That was not good, but I liked
Okay.
it. That was great. I said, "Oh, something new," And
Yeah, but Def Leppard was one of them bands that went from like metal to like power pop.
oh yeah, well,
They did.
and there's a
They
lot
did.
of bands. Yeah, I mean, fuck, look at Bon Jovi. I mean,
Right,
Christ,
but
look
a
at-
lot of those bands like Bon Jovi and Def Leppard, what they're doing right now is, and the other bands that stay true to their roots, Bon Jovi's going ching, ching, ching.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, when you stay
Yeah.
to your roots, you start to lose money. You got to recognize when it's time to shift gears and move into
Sure.
like Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
He's gone country. I don't know how long
Right.
that'll last. I don't know
As
how
long as
Okay.
till the money dries up.
Yeah.
Right,
Well, you know
right.
what?
Go ahead.
People that don't need the money won't sell out because they have enough money already. They said, okay, it sounds good. I don't want to ruin it.
Right, but
Yeah.
there's not
So-
too many bands in existence that didn't sell out in some form.
Yeah.
True. At some point.
At some point
yes.
or some form. Even if you lend your song to a commercial, you're considered
Right.
to sell out.
Yeah. Well, people sell out at different levels, I guess
Right,
you could
right.
say. Right.
But it's all. I mean, here's the thing: if you make a successful record and you buy a nice car and you get a nice house, you're not going to just want to keep that forever. You're going to want to
Right.
do that.
Greedy. You're greedy.
You're greedy, and money does that to people. And
Right.
I have no disrespect for anybody that sold out. So what? You did
Yeah, it's fine.
what everybody else did. I don't care,
Yeah.
And some people get so mad over it. Oh my God, it's still good music. Shut up,
Right. If
Like,
it's good, it's good,
Yeah, like I was a big Grateful Dead fan, and I remember when like the Touch of Grey album came out.
Touch of Grey, yeah.
And it's like, who are these people? These
Right.
people are not Grateful Dead. Get out of here,
They had to pay their bills.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and
It was a terrible album, and it was not something that I enjoyed.
Right.
As far as bands that change, as long as you're selling and going to the shows and being invited into the shows, I guess you're going to continue to do this Who tribute.
Yeah.
Yes. As long as people keep wanting to see it. And
Yeah.
in Chicago, there's so many Who fans. In the Midwest, actually. I mean,
In the Midwest, yeah.
We
played
barely
Wisconsin,
touched. We
Minnesota,
barely
Indiana.
touched.
Yeah.
We barely touched the Who fans out there. We're just starting to get known to them. So
Right. Well, I'd like
long
to
way
put-
to go still. Long way
I
to
would
go. Still.
definitely love to put something together with you guys, and maybe bring you guys down here to St. Louis. And
That'd be
We'd love
great.
to.
We'd love it.
yeah, we'd love to have you down here. And I know if I could only get the logistics together, maybe we can pull something off this summer, and
Awesome.
that would be fucking killer.
It would be.
without a doubt. So who's the partier in the band?
It's not me.
I don't know about
It's
that.
not me.
No.
We're pretty professional, I kind of hate to say it, but we're pretty pro. We get there on time. We play our show. We're on
Right.
That's not what I heard.
Performance is on.
That's not what I hear.
That's not what I'm hearing, guys. That's not what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Both of you
We
guys
like to have fun, though. We like to have fun.
Are both of you guys married?
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, darn.
And do they go to all the shows?
My wife, she's so proud of it. She said she's been to every show except 2 in the last 30 years. So she's pretty proud of it.
She is. Mine comes every once in a while. It's got to be not too late, not too far, that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
Yeah, my wife's the same way, but I get her there, and then she just, is mad at me for keeping her there so long,
Oh, yeah.
She always comes back. She likes punishment, I guess.
She likes the punishment, right?
Yeah.
But now there's a lot of obviously good venues that you guys play out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've played a lot of great venues. I mean, we've been really fortunate. Our first gig was at a place in the north side of Chicago where a lot of national bands play. Michael Schenker's been there. Blue October. It's just a place, good room, great sound, great lights. And so we got it sort of lucky the first show to have such a great venue, and then it just really took off from there. So we've played at all of the big venues.
Navy Pier, House of Blues.
Navy Pier outdoor gig was great. House of Blues in Chicago was a great gig. And so we've been really fortunate. We've got a booking agent who's been good with us and who's set us up in a lot of great places, and word of mouth and people wanting to see us has been real good. It's been real nice for us.
It's great. Very lucky. Great. Yeah.
Yeah, that is good. And there's I think there's a club down in it's Chicago that I want to go to. Is it Buddy Guy's Legends down there?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. You got to check it out.
Yeah, he's like
your blues fan. A place to be, and hopefully get there when Buddy Guy is there, because he does the whole thing for a week where he plays every night, and he's just phenomenal still.
Wow.
As a guitar player, I can say his technique and his playing is phenomenal.
Well, like my dad used to say, if you are Eric Clapton's influence, you got to be good.
Oh yeah,
yeah, no doubt about that. No question about that. Hey, did you guys ever get a chance to see El Monstero?
No. Wayne, did you?
Who is that? I don't even recognize the name.
El Monstero. They're a Pink Floyd tribute band out of St. Louis.
No,
we have not seen them. We've got two or three Pink Floyd bands up here, but we haven't seen them yet.
They were up in the House of Blues last summer, I think. Last spring or last summer. And I think they're going to do another couple of shows up in Chicago this year, too.
John goes to the House of Blues all the time.
Yes, I do. So I'll look out for them.
Go see them. That would be far out. That would be pretty cool.
Awesome.
They're pretty good.
That'd be great. Yeah.
In fact, let's see.
And if you want any Buffalo bands, you got to listen to Rick James or the Goo Goo Dolls. That's about it.
So, yeah.
Are there a lot of tributes down there?
Oh, there's tons. That's all we have down here in Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot here in St. Louis too. We got Sammy Hagar tribute band. We got
got this Dave Matthews tribute band that actually went on a USO tour to all the army bases.
Awesome.
Afghanistan and wherever. And
that's great.
They're from Buffalo. But there's a lot of tribute bands out here. Not all of them are good. Just because you look like Slash don't mean you can play like them,
Right.
So there's a lot of them, but there's still a lot of great ones. And the thing I see is a lot of bands of guys, friends of mine, that were in really up and coming metal and rock bands of the 80s that just didn't make it, and now they do this.
Okay.
It's a shame because so many great musicians. Matter of fact, there's a friend of mine, a guy out of Buffalo. His name's Howie Simon, who plays actually in Alcatraz right now.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and
that's cool.
If you could, he's a guitar player too. So if you could take over for Steve Vai and Yngwie Malmsteen, holy shit, dude, good for you.
Yeah,
pretty good.
You got to have the chops.
You got it. And there's a lot of good musicians here in Buffalo, but the Buffalo radio and Buffalo music scene, there's no help.
Yeah.
So it's dead.
Yeah, that makes it tough.
It is. Tough. If you want to make it out of this city, you got to go to another city. Head
west or head to New York City, right?
Absolutely, and which is not that far from here. But in New York too, it's hard to crack that scene. It's so territorial there, And
I'll bet.
You got to know who. Sometimes you got to pay to play there.
Yeah, I was just in New York, and like I say, I always like to go see bands, and I tried to find a band while I was there to go see, and I went into Guitar Center and I asked the guy, where are the rock clubs at? And he looked at me like I was crazy, like there weren't any there, I was like, he said there's like blues and this and that, and I'm like,
jazz, blues, yeah.
It's weird. In Guitar Center, they couldn't tell me.
Right. And you tell me there's no rock band or rock bars when CBGB's was there, and all these iconic, the punk movement came out of New York City.
Right.
It did.
And there's nothing with rock there, and that's the truth.
He couldn't tell me that, I was like, really? I can't.
Probably in some obscure part of town,
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe over in Brooklyn or something.
They say in New Jersey and stuff, I guess they got a big tribute scene there or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing with the tributes now, too, is that a lot of bands are getting pissed about the tributes because maybe not in your band's case because you're such a iconic band you're doing. Nobody's going to, not go see The Who if they have
right.
But Ozzy.
Queensryche or Warrant, where they're out still playing, at the bars that the other bands are playing at, That's tough.
And a lot of these bands are getting pissed off about it. But, I think if you do it justice, like Gene Simmons, he actually gives kudos to some of the Kiss tributes, and that's cool because I think people do it out of tribute. That's why it's called a tribute band, and I'm sure some of them do it because they know they can make an easy buck, but who cares? You're still entertaining.
It doesn't pay that great. Put it that way.
Listen,
it's more for fun. If you're not doing it for fun, you might as well stop doing it.
It's not like you're making millions of dollars, right?
Exactly.
It's not like you're making thousands of dollars.
Maybe even not even hundreds of dollars.
And whatever I make, my wife goes to all my shows. Whatever I make, she buys everybody drinks with. So I come away with nothing.
Right.
So,
But you still have fun and you're rocking out to the Who.
We have fun. We have a blast. Man.
That's the part that's the best. If you're in a tribute band that's having fun for real, everybody's gonna know it. And
we're having fun. We're having a blast.
I've seen bands. I've seen bands that their bar tab was higher than what they were supposed to get paid for the night.
Right.
Yep. It does happen sometimes.
We don't do that. We wait till we're done. We wait till we're done, and then we do our business. So
then you take care of business, and then
the bar that I ran, I used to give all the band members 3 free drinks. Here's 3 free drinks.
Okay.
And you buy your own, and I'm not taking it off the tab at the end. Have your own cash.
Right.
Because it created a lot of trouble sometimes.
Right. I think you always sound better when you're straight. It's weird to say, but you think you're great, and you're like, when you watch a video, you're like, holy crap, was that me?
I was fucked up, man. I was fucking tore out of frame. Did you see that? I didn't know.
Right, and then you forget, your memory isn't as good when you're buzzed. You forget the words a little bit here and there, and you're not on your game.
Well, like they say, if you remember a show. If you remember a show from the 60s or the 70s, you weren't there.
I can see it now. He's all tore out of frame. He climbs down on the dance floor and grabs the ugliest, fattest chick on the dance floor and starts dancing to Behind Blue Eyes and shit. Singing to her.
That's what happens.
And then the next day you say, did I do that, man? Did I do that?
It's on the video.
I've done that so many times. I think that's why I don't do it till I'm done.
What a fucking nightmare.
Hey, we've all been there.
We learned.
And it was fun being. I don't know. It was fun doing it too. So.
That's hilarious. Well, hey,
but now it's business. Now it's wanting to sound awesome, sound great, and just letting everybody have a good time, and then when you're done, party with them,
Can you tell the difference between a spot on night and a quicksand type of night where not everything's going right?
We cover for each other really good. That's what
we do.
I watched a video from last night, and when we make a mistake, everybody for some reason gets it, and it's really cool. It's awesome.
Good.
Yeah, that's the way. If you just show that you made a mistake, whatever. But if you just try to go with the flow, it makes
Well, we look at each other, real quick and just laugh and say, "Hey,
we do.
I saw you do that."
Yes. Like I can't believe I just did that.
Yeah.
There's this scene from the Eagles live video where Joe Walsh walks up to Don Felder and he says something to him, and Don Felder starts laughing.
Okay.
And later on, they say, "Well, what did he say?" He said, "Well, he said to me, you're showing." And they're like, "What?" Well, they would do coke all day before the show.
Oh, okay.
And if they had something on their nose, they would tell each other, "You're showing." So he told them on stage, and I'm like, "That's rock and roll, man."
So he probably said that all. He probably said that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did the blow for sure.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
They
you guys
did.
got time for us to do a song and come back before we say goodnight?
Sure.
All right. Well, I'm going to do My Wife, The Who.
Awesome.
You're gonna do your wife. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about wives earlier, so
Yes. So do my wife.
Do it.
Hey, you do my wife.
You do my wife. No, you do my wife, and I'll do your wife. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Hey, let's
All right.
There you
let's
go.
do
Let's try
my
that.
wife. Let's rock and
Let's
roll.
do
The Who on KGFRocks.com.
All right, I got to pee up.
Yeah, KGFRocks.com, and we are back. I hope I got you guys here.
We're back.
And
We're
back. We're back.
Back in
See,
black. Back in black.
You know, are you guys having a good time with us tonight?
It's fun.
Oh
yeah, love
definitely.
Good, good. When was the last time you guys did an interview?
it. I did
Wayne
an
did one-
interview last week, right?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
did you do it for?
It was for the benefit that we played last night.
Oh,
They put us
excellent.
on.
Cool.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Very cool.
Did you guys raise a shitload of money for him?
$4,000.
Awesome. That's
excellent.
good about. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
awesome, man.
That's
Yeah.
really
Right.
awesome. Yeah.
He was pretty
You know-
damn happy, which is cool.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You can't ask. I mean,
It is
yeah.
awesome. That's what it's all about. That's what it's
Yep.
all about, man.
I used to do it. I do. I'm a DJ. I do weddings and whatever. But I
Okay.
also do benefits a lot. And sometimes it's just like so heartbreaking. Some of these benefits,
It's
like
sad. Yeah.
it is, and it makes you more in touch with reality. I think.
Yeah, yeah. But it's
like,
nice to lend a helping hand if
Sure,
somebody needs
sure.
it, man. It's great.
It is, and why be greedy?
Right. No.
Oh, it also gets your name out there, and people have
It,
weddings and birthdays and bar mitzvahs, and
It helps all around, I think.
It really does. It really does. I mean, we'd like to give back. We've done several of these things, and it's always good. I mean, we always we're not trying to get anything from it, but we always do.
Right,
like
right.
Another show or new.
Well, that's
fans
how
or
life
something.
is, man. I
Yeah.
think that's how life is. you know?
Yeah.
yeah,
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours,
That's
Right.
right.
and you got it. But
And I'm kind of itchy right now.
you kind of itchy right now.
Yes.
well, as long as you shaved first, then I'm all right.
You said back. I
Yeah,
hope you said
yeah,
back.
Right.
I did. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't shave my back, so.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well,
Oh,
you
man.
must be the Italian. Are you Italian?
Yes, I am. Garamoni? Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. Well, I'm Italian too. Sicilian.
Awesome.
That's what
Sicilian.
you get from New York. Latinos or Italian.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what my wife is from Sicily as well. She's Sicilian.
Cool. Awesome. Does she cook?
Oh yeah, she cooks like a maniac.
All right.
That's
Her
all that,
lasagna is the best. Her lasagna
If
is
you're
the best.
Italian, you better know how to cook. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
Oh hell yeah!
She does the lasagna thing very, very well.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do lasagna for justice.
Yeah.
But we so enjoyed having you guys on tonight. It was
Well, thank you
a
very
blast.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you,
and,
guys.
thanks for joining
Keep
us.
rocking. Make sure you send them tracks, man.
I definitely will.
We will definitely be in touch with you. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you guys down here. I will look around and see what I can find out, and maybe guys
Awesome.
get you guys a gig down here.
Cool.
And I'll put my guys in touch with your guys, and if you'll just give me your publicist information so I can contact him, so I'm not bugging
Cool.
you guys all the time. Okay.
Cool.
Sure.
Well,
And just-
we're ready, man. We're
You ready? Okay.
We're
All right.
ready.
We'd love to have you down here in St. Louis and anywhere else. Hell, maybe even Buffalo. It's not that
Sure.
far.
We're there.
You're,
man.
come
you're
to
close
Buffalo.
to Buffalo. You're not that far. You're 3 states away from Buffalo, so that's not too
Yeah,
bad.
it's close.
No,
Not bad.
Yeah, it's close. You can fly Southwest Airlines like that, man.
That's
Bada
right.
bing, bada
That's
boom,
right.
you're gone. So
That's right.
anyway, thanks guys for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rock on, guys.
You guys keep rocking, and we'll see you next time around, man. Talk to you later.
Who's who, man? Who's who?
Who's
Later.
who? Check them out, guys. They're awesome. Awesome band.
Thank you.
Okay, take
Bye,
care,
guys.
guys. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Well, that's special.
Yeah, Nat special.
Yeah, that was a good interview, man. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Wayne and John, thank you so much for coming in and visiting with us tonight, and we look forward to many, many shows in the future with you guys.
Many. Yeah.
Many. Good guys from Chicago. From Chicago. So, anyway. I keep getting texts from people, man.
Who you getting text from?
I'm getting hit by this DJ Loud guy. He's coming in. He's hitting me out. Hey, you gonna do music before the end of the show? Well, yeah, we did music at the end of the show, man. Yeah.
Well, if you really want to hear music, then go right over to kgfrocks.com.
Yeah.
And you hear plenty of music.
Plenty of music. But right now you're stuck with me and Guido, man. Got another 30 minutes with me and Guido.
Maybe.
So anyway, I couldn't help but think about your little idea, man, about the show.
Yeah.
Now he's texting me again. Watch, it'll go kablink.
I'm waiting for it.
Here it is. There it is. Did you hear it? My wife was asking. Yeah, he was listening. That's awesome, man. Thanks for listening. Yeah, we just played some Who. We're going to play some more Who at the end of the show, okay? And get you out of here with some music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, what else is going on in the rock world? We got the Hall of Fame coming up, right?
We do.
We do.
Soon. I don't remember when.
Tell me who's up for that, man.
Well, I love when you put me on the spot right there, man.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
I mean, tell me what you're going to talk about before, game time.
I don't know what to talk about, man.
Yes, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The inductees will tell you who your 2017 inductees are in one moment when the page loads. Okay. Your class of 2017 inductees are Joan Baez, ELO, Journey, Pearl Jam, Tupac Shakur, Yes, and awarded for musical excellence, Nile Rodgers.
Excellent.
Those are yep.
Excellent. No dead guys.
What? Yeah, there is. Tupac Shakur.
That's true. You're really buzzing out there. You know that, right?
Yeah, I smoked a little too much,
Yeah. Well, that's not what I meant, but yeah, okay. So what do you think, man? Are they going to, with the new president of the United States, are they going to legalize marijuana?
Probably, eventually, one day.
Probably, eventually, one day. Yeah.
I don't see it being anytime soon.
No.
I really don't. No, it's going to take a while for that. But I did read this article about this Girl Scout who's smart in Denver. She sold the most Girl Scout cookies because she set up outside of all the pot dispensaries and sold Girl Scout cookies. So people going in to get their marijuana came out with the munchies and bought cookies off the girl.
That was a good idea.
Very great young entrepreneur. And people are like, no, that was smart. It's legal. It's not like she did anything illegal. She was in front of a legal business.
Yeah.
And sold her goods. It would be no different than her being in front of a bar.
And they bought them up, hook, line, and sinker, too, man.
Yep.
They probably bought her out.
Why not? I would. I mean, you're hungry. You go in there, you smoke, you're hungry. Come out. Shit, there's some fucking, Girl Scout cookies. Why not?
Right.
That's smart. That's good business, man. Skills right there.
Good business. That's good. It is. Yeah. Yeah, so all you potential mothers out there with Girl Scouts that can sell cookies, if you live in states like Colorado and Washington and Oregon and California and wherever else, New Hampshire, wherever else marijuana is legal, have them set up right outside a fucking weed shop.
See, I bet you the snack industry in all those cities has raised.
Oh, yeah. Nabisco's probably making a fortune.
So it's not just stimulating economy and tax dollars.
True.
But it's stimulating in other ways too. So,
That's true.
I mean, people are going to buy more food. People are going to, there's going to be more locations of the bars that they use to smoke in.
Right.
So it's an entrepreneur. Now people are making money on the stock market on the marijuana.
That's true. Yeah, they got stuff on the internet that says, "Oh, get in on the ground floor. Marijuana is going to be legal. Get in on the ground floor." Who could blame you, right?
Buy some penny stocks and weed, and one day you might be more money than Donald Trump.
Well, don't count on that.
You can dream, but I'm sure you'll make some money on it.
Sure.
I mean, it's not going anywhere.
Hey, our new DJ says that, what the fuck, Tupac? He's not metal or rock.
But he is a musical icon, I guess. I can't downplay his success and the things he did for the hip-hop community. It's not my cup of tea, but, there's no hip-hop or I think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now is a music hall right now. It's not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame anymore.
No, they could change the name. It wouldn't bother me a bit. In fact, I wish they would. The Music Hall of Fame.
I mean, here's the thing. Like when bands like Aretha Franklin got in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, nobody said anything. But now it's rap. Some people are going to say things. A lot of people got upset when NWA got in last year. Okay,
right.
But it's no different than inducting Aretha Franklin or Diana Ross into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right.
They're not rock either.
That's true.
But
they're not far from it.
Right. So I think it's always been like the Music Hall of Fame, but not pop music, more or less, more like the rock and rare things. I don't know. I mean, if it's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it should be just rock, but it hasn't been that way ever. It's not just recently. Okay, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
But I've been to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've never been. I'd like to go. I'd like to go to the Baseball Hall of Fame too.
That's where in Canton. No, that's in
Canton,
New York. No,
yeah,
the
New
Football
York.
Hall of Fame. Yeah, the
the
baseball is in New York, I think.
Yeah, the Baseball Hall of Fame's in New York.
Right.
I'd like to go to that, and I'd like to go to the Football Hall of Fame.
Well, the Football Hall of Fame is not so far from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
All right, they're in the same area, right?
Right. Same state, little difference, but not too much.
Right.
So you could hit both of them at once.
While I'm on my way to your place, I could go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you can leave straight from you leave from Cleveland and go due north, and you run right into Buffalo, don't you?
You do.
Yeah. Okay. See,
and why do you want to come to this hole in the ground?
Yeah. Well, thanks for letting us know. Cooperstown, New York, is where
Cooperstown. Yeah, I told you it was in New York, Ohio.
Yeah. Ohio. No, the Football Hall of Fame is in Ohio. So it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Where's the Hockey Hall of Fame?
Isn't it Montreal?
Somewhere, yeah. Canada, Toronto, Montreal.
Yeah, I think it's Montreal. Yeah. So,
yeah. So what else is going on, man? Because we got to eat up some time here, or we could just say, let's do an hour and a half tonight, and thank you all for tuning in. But
yeah, we could do that. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, next week we'll have another guest on, and so I've got something going on with that. And we need to take care of some business after we get off the air here in a minute. So if you want to, we could close it out.
Let's do that.
You want to do that?
Let's play the One Who song, and then we'll end it.
Okay. Well, let's play. Let's play. Okay, let's do this. Let's play. Don't Get Fooled Again, and then we'll come back and we'll close things out. Okay. So we'll be right back. You're listening to KGFRocks.com. We'll be right back. Rockin'. Hey, we're back. Dude,
Yeah.
that song ended. That
Oh,
song ended.
You fuck bubble.
I didn't touch it, I swear. The song just shut off. That was too long.
Well, maybe it will get fooled again.
Yeah, it got fooled again. All right. Well, hey, listen, we're going to go over the schedule real quick. We got Sunday is free ride at 11 a.m. I did a show this morning. It was really kick-ass. It was fun to do. Also, the conjugal visit. And then Monday night, we have Rob Boyer. Noon is the Hot Lunch Show with Diamond. Then we also have we have Joe and Jody on Wednesday night at 8:30. Free ride is at 8 p.m. And we have I keep doing it. We have Diamond at 9 o'clock on Friday, and we have Zookeeper Bob on Saturday afternoon. So
Yeah, and if he didn't mention Wild Bill, if you're a Wild Bill fan, he's going to he's taking a month-long sabbatical, but he'll be back in February to pick up where he left off.
Yeah, he'll be back. So we look forward to that as well. And we may have some new stuff coming your way as well. So just stay tuned for all of that and keep rocking with KGFRocks.com, okay? All right.
Okay.
Thanks, man. I had a lot of fun, man. And we'll see you all next week. All right? Thanks for joining us. Good night.
Okay. Good night.
It's Sunday
Boy, that
night,
was
and this
close.
is the Conjugal Visit on KGFRocks.com.